All right. Good morning, everybody. We'll be starting in just a second. Hope everybody's doing great today. Hopefully you guys could hear me okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Friday, by the way. Happy Friday. Hope everybody's doing great. And just get this here. All right. All right. Here we go. Let me make sure everybody's watching at 1080p. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, Devin, Kevin, Stefan, Omar. Omar, thanks for the email this morning. I'll post it later. Ivano, Mark, Cheese Grade Trader, James. Good morning, Jill, Sherman, Lewis, Trilam, Pete, Lydia, David, another David. We got Penny's in the house. Good, good. I like that. Dave, good morning, Penny. Stefan, Arnulfo, Kirk, Harold, Trilam, Victor, Cfazio, Robert, Jean, Sassy Trainer's in the house. Robert, Sassy Trainer, we got to change your name to Sassy Trader. Cam, good morning, Cam. Hopefully you're doing well. Art, Mike, Brian, Chad, Peter. Good morning, Peter. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Let me know how you've been doing, okay? Karen, the shark. Haven't heard from you this week. Got to get more emails from you, Karen. Gregory, Javad, Nigel, Jason, Moondog is in the house, back from the gym. That's how I like to see it. Tamara, Mark, CJ, Frank, Charlene. Good morning, Charlene. Tom, Richard. Happy Friday to you. Jody, Richard. Good morning, Richard. By the way, I wanted to show you something, Richard. Does this look familiar to you? Richard H. Does this look familiar to you? Richard sent me a picture of his laptop holder, and I almost fell off my chair. I said, Richard, I bought the same thing a couple of years ago. It's actually really useful. It's kind of funny. Richard has exactly the same stand that I do. Good morning, Charlie, James, Waterford, Piet de Brock. Good morning, Stephen, Jeff, Genevieve. Thank you, Cam. I appreciate that. Hopium, and I'm sure Gustavo's here. Good morning, Gustavo. Make sure you say hello to Jax. Deanna, Mitch, Tom, Eduardo, Wesley. Got a lot of people here. Bob. Good morning, Bob. Let's see. We got, I'm losing track here. We got Vernon, Kathleen, Rick, Carlos. Good morning, Carlos. Yeah, what a week, right? Peter, Bob, Ralph, Tom, HG's in the house. We got Ralph. We got Tom. We got Rick. And if I miss your name, I apologize. The names are going by really fast. George, Kevin. Good morning, Kevin. Christian, Illinois grain farmer. Debbie, Bugs, Bob, Edward, Harry, Sean, Richard, Sin, Jay Blazer, Option. Good morning, Option. Sarah, Gregory, Bob, Richard, Mont, William. Hey, William. Happy Friday. Wade, Dave. Richard's got exactly the same one. It gives circulation. It's really good for circulating. Exactly. Joyful Travels, Lawrence, Mike, Ira, Bob, Jesse, Jay, B, Lori, Brent, Mazen, Michael. Good morning, everybody. Let me give you guys a couple of links here. This is the link for the VIP room. That's happening today at, oops. That's happening today at noon. Right here. And don't forget Customer Service Live. Now, folks always asking me, Roger, what are you going to teach us? What are you going to teach us today in the VIP room, right? We've been having day trading lessons all week because we're launching Trading Zone Live. So let me tell you what I have planned for you today, okay? Let me just go to my sheet here. And then I'm going to ask you guys a question. If we have any computer specialists here, I'm going to ask you a question. If you don't mind, send me an email. Don't post it here. Only for folks who know what the hell they're talking about, okay? I'm going to ask you a question in a second. This is not a trading question. I'll explain to you why. Here's what I'm going to be talking about today in the VIP room. Using ATR, using the ATR indicator for intraday proper risk to reward management, okay? How to identify strong intraday support and resistance areas for intraday reversals. How to use in the money options versus at the money options for day trading and when to use which, okay? Also, I'm going to show you the highest probability day trade you can find, okay? So ATR for proper risk management, how to identify strong intraday support and resistance for intraday reversals, when to use in the money and when to use at the money options, highest probability day trading setup, and I'll also talk about using the VIX as a confirmation filter. How does that sound to everybody? These recordings will be put, all week's recordings will be put in the members area for Trading Zone Live, Alpha Zone Pro, and you can go to the live tab on this YouTube channel where we're at right now, and you can go to the live tab and you can watch them, okay? If you go to my YouTube channel, there's a live tab, okay? Go there. Now, I have a question for people that are related to computers. This is a question. I need some assistance. My internet went out yesterday, the day before yesterday. The cable guy got it working, okay? The problem is I can't, for some reason, the computer that I'm using, it doesn't want to connect to Ethernet. The plug is working, the router's working. I checked a different wire. It doesn't want to. So I'm wireless right now. And because I'm wireless, everything's like, it takes me twice as long to get ready. And I'm looking at my modem. It's working perfectly, but my computer can't connect to the Ethernet. So if anybody has any advice for that, send me an email, okay? But I'm having a hard time connecting the computer to an Ethernet after it had a power outage. Okay, and I don't know why. And again, I'll probably end up getting a new computer, but I'd love to be able to just fix this one. But anyway, if I'm a little slow, flush your DNS. Well, send me an email. Send me an email, please. All right. Otherwise, I'm going to have Matt come in here. And my wife and kids told me yesterday how proud they are of the results I'm having. It felt so good. Richard, that's the nicest thing I've heard this morning. That makes me very happy. That makes me more happier than making money on a trade. Speaking of making money on a trade, did you guys make money on AMD? Did you guys make money on Coin? Did you make money on Microsoft yesterday? These are all trades I've been giving you. Let me know. Yeah, I rebooted it already 15 times. Doesn't want to do it. Flush my DNS, reboot. If you guys want to send me an email, here's my email address. Roger@rogerscott.com here. Yeah, so I bought a USB adapter today to see if that'll be the case, okay? So yeah, we made money on Coin, Microsoft, AMD, and another stock I gave you in the pit this week. But we've been on a pretty good roll. So folks, if Duzzy, that wasn't a swing trade on Microsoft. That was a day trade. But anyways, I did change my cable. I did change my cable. Anyway, so if I'm a little slower today, I apologize, okay? I'm not doing it on purpose. It's because my computer's slower, okay? Yeah, I had but maybe that's what it is, Helen. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not a computer guy, you know? All right. So let's start off. What's the market doing today? Is the market continuing to make new highs? Absolutely not. Do we have divergence? No, we don't have any divergence here. Okay. So we are looking for a little cool off. And by the way, it's been coming a few days. We need to reinstall the driver. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reinstall the driver. I'm going to have Matt come in here and help me with this. That's what I'm going to do. Thank you, though. Thank you for those words. So we have clarity to the downside. We also have over 100 points on the NASDAQ and 200 points on the 265 on the Dow, and that's not random. Now, I'm going to say exactly the same thing. Your hard driver update. Sometimes your hard driver update. All right, I'll update the driver. I'll flush the DNS. I'll try to do all that. Yeah, that's what I did, Scotty. I ordered a USB network adapter. I'm supposed to get it tomorrow morning, and I may have one at work. All right, so everybody's saying the same thing that I'm saying. All right, all right, all right, good. So as you guys can see here, we have pretty good clarity here. We have pretty good clarity to the downside. We don't really have a lot of what's going on. Yesterday, the market was really fragmented, and then it started rallying to new highs. Funds came in, but now we're off, which is not atypical. My directional bias has not changed. I still believe we're going to come down to this level right here, 54.80, and on the SPY, that level. Actually, I could use my TC 2000. Come on, or go over here. It's taking too long to load. Yeah, I'll take a look at. Oh, there we are. Give it a second to load. But anyways, we'll come back to that. But you'll see that the SPY is here. Use this. It's much faster. Oh, it's much faster. I think we're going to come back all the way to this level right here. Okay. So just so you know, nothing really changed. And here's the SPY. Right here is that level. Right here. Right there. Right there. It's got to come back all the way here. I'm going to put a line here. Okay. Thank you, Bob. No, they didn't change anything. I just unplugged it and plugged it back in. And yeah, I had really fast internet, like fast. And now it's like wireless and slow and boring, as you could see. Anyway, it took me like twice as long to get ready this morning. All right. What's the catalyst for today before we really get started? I'm determined to make this the best session, and I'm not going to let the slow speed deter me. And I have everything ready for you. What are the catalysts for today, guys? Come on. Good morning, Sergey. Your family should be proud of you, Richard. You're pulling a rabbit out of your ass every other week. Okay, which is the best thing I could say. All right, Ivano, chips, Levi, Bitcoin, tariffs, ALB. Wow, Ivano, what would you say? Let's see. Hold on a second. Before I say that. Yeah, wow, Ivano. All right, Ivano. In the same order as me too. Let's see. Nah, too much stuff. Look at Ivano's. Look at Ivano's. Look at mine. Chips, basic material, Albemarle, Levi's, tariffs. Chips, basic materials, Levi's, tariffs. 4 things right here. Right there. You could even see it a little bit right there. All right. So no, it's not my laptop. It's my desktop. He tried putting in 2 different cables. He tried doing all of that stuff. He's a cable guy. He's not a computer guy. He tried. God bless him. He tried. I even gave him a nice tip. I don't have VPN. I don't use a VPN at my house. I don't do that. So, all right, you guys have Ivano got it perfectly right. Well, let's see what Richard has. Tariffs, Levi's, earnings. You missed Albemarle, and you missed Albemarle. That's basic material. Basic materials are a commodity. What do I always tell you? Commodity stocks are highly correlated. You don't think if Albemarle is going to go down, it's going to impact other basic material stocks? You think they're doing something very different from other basic material stocks? They're not. So actually, Ivano got it perfectly right. Chips, Levi's, Bitcoin, tariffs, and Albemarle. I couldn't have done a better job. As a matter of fact, I did not do a better job. So Ivano from Italy, yay! You don't do the shotgun approach when it comes to catalysts. Do the remember, you're looking for the sniper. You're looking for just the things. All right. What is this? What is this? Process of catalyst. What's the process for identifying a catalyst? I do it here with you every morning to show you. They're all written down nice and easily in this report that I give you every morning that's on the cover of Bar Chart. that I highlight for you right here. Chip stocks, Albemarle, cryptos, and Levi's. They happen to all be right here today. This is just the cover of bar charts every single day. I go, Jason, and guess what? Let me ask you guys a question. How often do I show you this process? How often do I show you this process? Just curiosity. Jason's asking, what's the process? How often do I show you the process for identifying the catalyst? The answer is every single freaking day. I go through this every day because it's very important. Every morning. See Randall King? Every morning, every day. So don't worry because I go through it every day. But first, I want you to tell me what the catalysts are because I want to see if you know what the catalysts are. And I show you every day how to identify them as well. And after you identify them, we go over all of them. This is an interactive session. All right. How about some thumbs up? How about some thumbs up? All right. What about China? Is China doing anything today? No. Remember I told you China's not really doing anything good or bad, just kind of hanging out here. Administration, excuse the following command. You're going to have to send me an email, Brian, but thank you. Send me an email. Yeah, but there's a video. You can watch the replay every single day. Bar chart is a free site that I use because everybody can use it with me in real time in the morning. Hopefully your internet is faster than mine today. Okay, so before we get into this, what are my two favorite small cap stocks for today? What are my favorite small cap stocks for today? SGN, only if it goes above 420. Yes, 420. It has to get above this and stay here, so it has to go above here. And ABVE. This thing has to go above 375. Actually, excuse me. This has to go above. No, I apologize. This has to go. I made a mistake here. Hold on. This has to go above 420. This has to go above 420. And SGN has to go above 375. I had it. Actually, you know what? This has to go above 420 and the other has to go above 420. They both have to go above 420 because the other one went higher. So this one has to go above 420 and SGN, and ABVE has to also go above 420. Okay. I like this one better. ABVE. Okay. So I'm giving that to you right now. China is flat. It's not really doing anything. There's not really much going on with China. What about the bond market? The bond market's coming off. It was really strong yesterday. And what did I tell you about it? I told you that we have a lot of resistance here, and the odds are we're just going to come right. And I told you this yesterday as we were right up here. I extended this. I drew this for you, and I told you the odds are we're going to hit the 50-day moving average. And if we hit the 50-day moving average, the odds are we're going to traverse and come all the way down here. Right, Bob? Exactly. Let me give you a link for my VIP room while we have double the amount of people here. This is the link for the VIP room. Remember, this whole week is dedicated to day trading, okay? This week is dedicated to day trading. Next week, I'll move on to something else, but this week is all about day trading. And every class I do this week at noon is going to be part of your Trading Zone Live and Alpha Zone Live trading library because those sessions are very important. Today, I'm going to talk about using ATR for intraday proper risk and reward management. I'm going to be talking about how to identify strong intraday support and resistance levels for reversals, when to use in the money options and when to use out of the money options or at the money options. I'm going to show you the highest probability trade setup, a day trade setup. And then I'm also going to show you how to use VIX as a confirmation filter. Okay. And if anybody has ideas for me of how to get my internet wired computer back on without before my adapter arrives, please let me know. All right. Because the Ethernet is working perfectly. Just send me an email if you have an answer for me. So bonds, I'm expecting bonds to cool off. Remember, bonds going down increases yield. Increasing yield is not good for the stock market. US dollar. US dollar looks like it wants to continue moving higher. If it can come above this level right here, here. If it can come up above this level right here, the next level is 98.10. We're still below par. We need to get above par, which would be a little bit above this level, but we need to go above par, which is right around the 100-day moving average. Till we get above par, nothing is good's going to happen. And if we start getting deeper into this global turmoil again with tariffs, if they start up again, then we may see more uncertainty with the US dollar. Just want to remind you that we're still in a strong downtrend, and this downtrend has not been broken. So be very, very, very careful. All right. Let me give you the link to Customer Service Live. T-Buzz is going to be there today. Very cool. Very, very cool. Very cool. Omar says chip stocks are falling, but MSTR is up because MSTR is not a chip stock. MSTR is a crypto stock. MSTR is a crypto stock. MSTR stopped doing all their business and started investing in Bitcoin, Omar. They're basically a Bitcoin wholesaler now. Yeah, MSTR is not crypto. It's not chips. It's Bitcoin. And look at Bitcoin this morning, and I'll talk about that in the morning. Just so you know, Omar, you got the right stock, but you got the wrong idea. It's crypto. That's why I told you to buy Coinbase last few days. Crude oil. What is crude oil doing? Nothing. And if U.S. dollar starts coming down again, it's going to put pressure on crude oil prices, because if U.S. dollar goes down, it's going to be harder. You're going to need more money to buy crude oil. Okay. Gold seems to be coming up, but we're not there yet. I like this fact, but we got to break out and go above 3,400 till we're above 30. And I talked to T-Buzz about this yesterday. He's big on gold. He says the same thing. It's nothing right now. Ideally, I'd like to see gold above 3,440, but I'll start with 3,400. We need to go above 3,400. Yeah. If the Ethernet board has been burned, then I'm screwed. I wonder if there's a way to. Is there a way to find out if the Ethernet board has been burned? Let me know. All right. I just may need to get a new computer. I don't cover silver here in the morning. Just too much to talk about. If you want a silver, just send me an email. My email is roger@rogerscott.com. I will not answer customer service questions because I don't know how to, but I will answer trading questions. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Santiago. I just don't know. I'm frustrated. My wife's computer downstairs works perfectly. All right, volatility. Oh, sorry, Bitcoin. So Omar is asking why MSTR is going up, because look at Bitcoin, 4%. I hate to say I told you so, but I've been telling you to buy Bitcoin. As a matter of fact, here, let me show you guys something in case you're new here. Oops. Bonus trade. Going to give you a bonus trade on July 9th, 2 days ago. Buy the 372.50 call, sell the 375 call. All right. I gave you a bonus trade there. And Coinbase has been doing really well since then. Whoops. Come on, Coinbase. Anyway, we'll get to Coinbase in a second. It's here's how Coinbase has been looking here. You could see this is where I told you guys to get in right here. It only went up about 25, 30 points since I gave it to you. Yes, it blinks. Alexander, it blinks at the socket. Yes, it blinks at the socket. Two colors, yellow and... No, it blinks on the socket in the next... When I unplug it, Alexander, when I plug it in the back of the computer, it has like green and yellow. The router doesn't blink, but the computer on the back does blink. Funny that you mentioned that. You're the first person to mention that. So, yeah, it does. Ethernet board are cheap and easily replaced. There's no need for a new computer. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to. Yeah, well, I'm not a computer guy, but I'm But yeah, Mike, there's yellow and red and green, yellow and red and green on the back of the computer where I plug it in. Funny that you mentioned that. And I got green and yellow light. It may be something on the software side. Use command mentioned above. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that. Yeah, usually when I give bonus trades, those are intraday trades. And I said that you're on your own on that one. All right, and here's Bitcoin, only up about 30 points since I gave you that trade. Oh, the card is okay. All right, just a setup. Okay. Geek Squad. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna ask Matt. He's pretty savvy with this stuff. And again, if you guys have any suggestions, send me an email. Okay. Thank you. I think I'm gonna have Matt come in here today and investigate. All right, let's continue. Let's continue. So we talked about volatility. Volatility starting to come up. Folks, volatility is still at 17. If volatility comes above 20, if volatility comes above 20, we have a problem. Okay? Then we have a problem. Okay. All right. Give the result. I'm not going to do any of that stuff right now, guys. I'm not. Yeah, I pulled the plug and I replaced the cord on the ether. I don't want to get it, folks. This is a trading session. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have even said anything. Let's just deal with this. Let's just email me, please. I don't want this to be a computer session. Okay. Thank you, Candy. Yeah, I don't want to give people the impression that this is a computer tech. That's not what this is. All right. So volatility is starting to come up. I'm going to be watching volatility very, very carefully. And I want to see volatility stay in this range. Okay. If volatility starts moving above 1865, we're going to have more downside. I think we're going to see volatility come up in the next few days. Please watch volatility and the bond market very, very close today. Watch the bond market. Okay. Watch the bond market. It's down 0.77 and watch volatility. Those are the two things we need to watch when the market is going down. Okay. All right. Good morning, 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 morning. I gave the small caps, Raj. It's ABVE, ABVE, and SGN. I gave those already. Okay. Now let's talk about all the catalysts like I do every morning. And again, I am truly very sorry about my computer being slow. Hopefully, it's not impacting you guys too much as of yet. Sentiment took a hit after U.S. President Trump ratcheted up trade tension yet again. Last Thursday, President Trump announced a 35% tariff on Canadian imports, set to take effect on August 1st. Trump said he has plans to raise blanket levies 15 to 20% on most trading partners. Now, while I'm reading this to you guys, I'm completely tuned out of this. When I'm reading this, my mind is going blah, 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 blah at this point. I'm so over this. I'm so past this. I am so not focused on this that I don't even know how to tell you anymore. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what his goal is. I don't know who he's. I'm just totally like I'm just walking away from this thing. Okay. I think it's just the biggest disaster ever. And I just want to see when it's done. Okay. All right. I completely stopped. And I think most investors and traders, I'm going to tell you this, most professional traders are treating this now like the boy who cried wolf. Like, all right, enough about the tariffs. And the market is not reacting to it nearly as much as it did before. And this is just becoming one of those like, okay, just great. Just let us know when it's done. Okay. I mean, if our president is doing this to get a rise out of people, it's that those days are gone. It's just not that impactful anymore. So I don't know what his agenda is. I don't know what his plans are. I don't know what his game is, but I'm thoroughly confused at this point. And I can tell you that most institutional traders are not even paying attention to it anymore. Okay. All right. So again, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to hear it. I don't. I'm just like it's the boy who cried wolf. It's like okay, just whatever you say. Just let's move on. And I'm not debating the veracity of it. I'm not saying whether it's good or bad. I'm not saying whether it's pro Trump or bad. I'm just saying I've checked out with this tariff things, and I think most of the world has too. S&P 500 new highs. Delta surged 12%. Was definitely a catalyst. People were telling me, I had a guy email me yesterday, and he said, you're right. You're right about what you said. These airline stocks are very correlated. I have 4 airline stocks, and they're all up today. I said, why don't you just buy 4 times as much of one airline stock and call it a day? Folks, you need to understand, if you have 4 airline stocks, all you have is 400% of one airline stock. You understand, if you have a commodity today, if you have a crypto stock, it's like having 4. Stop doing that. Stop buying correlated assets to make yourself feel better, because it's a double-edged sword. You'll make 4 times as much, but you lose 4 times as much too. Don't do that. Please listen to me. Don't buy 4 different semiconductor stocks. Don't buy 4 airline stocks. Don't buy 4 fast food stocks. Don't buy 4 Chinese stocks. Don't buy 4 car stocks. Don't do any of that. All right? All right. Front page, Tom. Front page of bar chart every single day. Airline, yes. So what were the catalysts yesterday? Well, funny you should ask. Yesterday, the catalysts were chip stocks and airline stocks. And look what impacted the market yesterday. The biggest gainers were airline stocks, and the biggest upside were. This is why I keep telling you to look at catalysts, because if these sectors started going down yesterday, we would know that there's what's driving price. You understand? A lot of you folks think you're diversified where you're not. Even Richard, who's at this point, he's getting to a point where he's becoming a professional trader, and he's correlated too sometimes. It's hard to get out of it, but you got to try. Stop trying to buy 2 tech stocks. If you have mega caps, that's one is more than enough. One to a customer. Don't go buying Apple and Microsoft. Don't do things like this. You're shooting yourself in the foot. And then you're going to blame me for giving you bad trades. Labor Department on Thursday, jobless claims are beautiful. 227, right? I thought it was going to be like 235, 240. Now they were expecting 236, nothing there. Muslim said Thursday that while he sees upside risk, I do too. It's too early to determine whether tariffs will be persistent impact on price. I agree with him too, because we don't know what they're going to be. I don't know if anybody knows what they're going to be. I don't even know where we're at right now in the negotiation. I'm like totally lost. It's going to take some time for tariffs to settle. That's right. There's a scenario where tariffs are still working themselves into the. Well, if we keep doing what we're doing, this guy's unfortunately going to be right. At the same time, Dolly said continues to see 2 interest rate cuts likely this year, and believes there's a higher likelihood that inflation impacts of tariffs will be more subdued than expected. I think so too. I think when Trump is done, he's going to settle around 10%, and we're just going to kind of forget about all of it. But there's zero chance we'll have tariffs by August 1st, which is what I was thinking. But yeah, it's going to be at least September. Okay. Yep, that's right, Richard. That's right. Don't correlate yourself. I know it feels good when you make twice as much money, but ask yourself, do you want to lose twice as much money? Why do you think I'm always doing one stock at a time in the pit? Have you noticed I'm always doing one stock, sometimes 2 if they're long and short? Correlation. Europe is down 1%. We're definitely not getting tailwind from there. It's because of the tariffs. Latest round. I'm not even reading what it is at this point. I'm like, oh, okay, tariffs. That's to me, tariffs is the big and the micro thing. If you try to ask me what the latest negotiations are, I'll be like, I checked out like a month ago. Okay. China closed above the flat line today as investors adored caution stance ahead of. There's really nothing going on with China. You could see it right here. Where's China? There's not much going on there. Kind of wait and see approach. Wait and see approach. Okay. Wait and see approach. All right. Let's continue. And again, this is on the cover of bar chart at the bottom left every single day at 7:30. That's where I get this from. It's free. you can get it too. And you can highlight it the way I do too. And you could see what I highlight versus what you highlight, and you can compare the difference with me. Gregory, remember, best loser wins. Yeah, we got 600 people here, folks. If you're just tuning in, please give us a please make sure you're watching on 1080p. Go here and click 1080p. And if you're there, give us a thumbs up. I just gave myself a thumbs up. I cheated. All right. All right. Japan gave up early gains, closed lower, not giving us any tailwind. We're not getting any tailwind from fast retailing tumbled 6%. Retailers are not looking great this morning. But Levi's did well, up 8%. So that may give us a little bit of a boost for retailers this morning. Keep an eye on Nike, Lulu, those type of stocks. Yes, they are related to Levi's. Consumer brands are related to each other. Okay, chip stocks are down 1%. Anytime chip stocks are down, up or down 1%, that's always a catalyst. Albemarle, is this a commodity? Yes, it's a commoditized stock. Copper, right? Basic materials, extremely commoditized. Is it going to impact other commodity stocks? Yes, it will. Crypto stocks, look, MSTR, who was it? Omar, see, MSTR, crypto stocks, up 3%, Mara up 4%, Coinbase up 2%. Obviously, the one I picked for you is up the least, but yeah. And Levi's up over 8%. So reading this every day, looking at the calendar, and reading this every day morning gives me my catalysts. Yeah, look, here, look. It's going to take forever to load, but look. I try to load these before the morning starts, but I need to get this fixed. See this? See this right here? Let me click on it. Every morning, I click on this article right here that you can click on right now. And guess what? Wow, this looks exactly like what I just showed you. Every morning, every morning, every morning, I do this. And you can do the same thing with me. Roger, why do you use bar chart? Because well, I've been using it for 30 years, but it's free. The stuff that I'm showing you every morning is free, so you could follow along with me. Okay? That's why I do it, so you could follow along with me. I can just use this if you want, and then you probably won't be able to follow along with me. But anyways, that's what I'm using. So we're not really getting any tailwind from Japan. We're not getting any tailwind from China, and we're not getting any tailwind from Europe. Yeah, it's just bottom left, right here. You could see it right here. See, I highlighted it, and then I just printed. Brian taught me how to print it. I don't know why it says I don't have connection. I do, but right here. Right there. Right there. Yeah, no, Omar, it is a tech stock, but it used to be more of a tech stock. They just decided to ditch their business model and go into the Bitcoin business. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I showed you the market is not looking all that great so far this morning. What is momentum levels telling us? Let's take a look. No, I already have it right here. Bitcoin, home builders, semiconductors, industrial energy. We're mixed. We have a mixed bag right now. QQQ's down here. Technology's up here. Chips are here. Communications down here. That's a big mixed bag. Now, a week ago, it takes forever to load. See, on my when I'm wired, this is instant. Sorry about that, folks. But it is what it is. Because I'm sharing my computer and I have all these things open right now. It's just big pain in the ass. Here. Sector, basically we're mixed right now. We don't have a big here, let me go back here. This is pissing me off. And it's not a long drive. Yeah, they're just stuck. Anyhow, as I showed you, we have a mixed bag right now. We have a mixed bag. We don't have clarity right now. And we don't have a lot of stocks breaking out, only 120 breaking out to the 52-week high. The 20-week high, we have 466, which is a little bit overbought. That is a little bit overbought. Okay. So momentum levels are not that great right now. Now let's talk about technical charts. All right. I'm going to give you my shorts that I'm looking at right now. Okay. Thank you, Gregory. Slower. Yeah. Well, I wish I was not that slow today. This thing is still updating. I think it's something with bar charts, actually, because it worked pretty good this morning. Hmm. Anyways, well, let's see if I can get it to work. We'll see if we can get it to work. But anyways, you saw right here, as I showed you, it's we have fragmentation. Trust me on the fact that a week ago, it was much more tighter than this. You may or may not remember, but we had semiconductor chip stocks, technology. They were all in a nice little order right here. But right now, we're all over the place. Consumer staples is down here, but industrial is up here. Basic materials is up here. Industrial and basic materials move together. Look at where they're at right now. Technology's over here, and consumer discretionary is down here, and communication is down here. This is fragmentation. This is a very fragmented market. Okay? Very, very fragmented market. Very fragmented. Let's see if I'll try it again, see if it works. Let's see. Doesn't want to work. Oh, well, it is what it is. Let me go back to my charts so that I can give you my levels. I mean, let's go to the S&P 500. S&P 500. This is a daily chart. This is a daily. This is all I care about right now. We're now at the 8-day EMA. Remember, I told you the last couple of days, I don't think the market has that much firepower, and I think we need to come down. The next major support area for the market is actually got a little bit over here, but this is the next big support level, 604. And I think the market needs to come down here. Come down to 605.46 level before we really go higher. For now, we're at the 8-day EMA. We may bounce off the 8-day EMA, but ultimately, if we can't hold the 8-day EMA, we're going to go to the 15-day EMA. Yeah, Cam, it's not on it's my internet. Stupid internet. Here. The internet is getting stuck. Gonna have to have Matt come here. Somebody come here and fix it for me. All right. Anyways, I don't need it right now. We're past that right now. Just let me give you my charts. S&P 500. First, I want you to write this down. Probably, Tom. Probably. We usually do 3 to 5 a day, so yeah. 620.50, which is right at the 8-day EMA right here. 620, right around 620, high 620s, high to mid 620s, okay? Which is the 8-day. Don't be surprised if we break the 8-day and come down to the 15-day and then come right back down to here. After we get here, we consolidate and then we go higher once again. But for now, let's keep an eye on the 8-day because there's a chance we can just consolidate here for the next week or two in this area right here. Right there, okay? Right between 617 and 627. 617 and 627, okay? QQQ, we're at the 8-day EMA. We may hold the 8-day EMA for quite some time. With that said, there's a level right here at 537.07. We need to come back. If we break the 8-day, the odds are we're going to the 15-day, and then we're coming up here. Capiche? 15 days, the blue line right here. This is right here, the 15-day. This is the 8-day. This is the 15-day. The colors never change. And then red, white, and blue are my 50, 100, and 200. But blue and yellow, light turquoise and yellow, or cyan, whatever it's called, and yellow, this is 8, this is 15. So the 8, we're at the 8 right now at 551.80. The next level is 547, 548. And then the next level is 537. Okay. I use the 15-day EMA. I do Naples fan. It's right here. I use it as my stop loss usually. And I use my 8-day as a pullback, and this is a stop loss. A lot of folks use the 20-day EMA or 21. It's too far down. SMH. The 8-day, see how fast the charts are here? 8-day EMA is at 282.69. I believe that's the next level we're headed to. We're probably going to consolidate around there. We're probably going to consolidate around here and then break down to 277.62. I don't think the stock market is just going to continue going straight up without a pullback. There's hardly any elasticity to this market, and we don't have a lot of shorts. So we got to be very careful of that. Okay. Hey, Nathan, good morning to you. I still haven't gotten an email from you. Are you okay? Is everything good with you? Let me know what's going on with you. All right. And folks, if you want to email me, roger@rogerscott.com. Okay. Please, no customer service questions. Okay. Also, again, let me show you what I got from my VIP room today. Let me give you that link. The agenda for the VIP room today is something to behold. How to use ATR for intraday proper risk to reward. How to identify strong intraday support and resistance for intraday reversals. When to use in the money, when to use out of the money options for day trading. Highest probability day trading setup, and when to use VIX as a confirmation filter. Okay? No problem, Nathan. I just want to make sure you're okay. And the last time I heard from you, you were water skiing or doing that contraption thing. That was like 2 months ago. So I want you guys to write these levels down, okay? The 8-day EMA is our next target here. Mega caps. Let's look at mega caps. Well, mega caps have been at the 8-day EMA. They never ran away. And by the way, yesterday was a big warning sign. You know how the market made all-time highs? These things barely budged. Look, they made an all-time high by like 2 ticks, and then they backed away. I think we're going to stay in this territory here for a while. Don't be surprised if we hit the 15-day. If we break the 15-day and come out of this area, the next level is going to be right here. I'm going to pull that for you right here. Right there. Yeah, right around there, right here. Right there, right there. These levels right here. So if we break these, expect price to go to 54 and 53.28. The Dow Jones did not make an all-time high yesterday. It did not make an all-time high yesterday. And now we're already at the 8-day EMA. Again, right here is our level between 43,900 and 44,900. Yes, the VIP sessions are recorded. They're going to be in the members area of Trading Zone Live, and they're going to be in the members area of Alpha Zone Pro, and they're on YouTube on the live tab. And don't forget, Customer Service Live, the Cam and Gustavo show. Here's the link for that. Let me give that to you right now. And today's Friday. Cam and Gustavo will help you as much as they can. Why does it keep saying VIP room when I keep cutting and pasting this link? All right, here we go. Right there. That should take you to Prosperity Pub. Let me see here. Okay, copied. Let me see if I can do a link. There we go. I was able to do a link. All right. How many we have, Bob? We have 640. People just don't like me, Bob. What can I tell you? They don't want to give me a thumbs up. I get no respect. Okay, I gave you the Dow, I gave you the S&P, I gave you the QQQ, I gave you SMH. 8-day is our first level of support, 15 is our second level of support. These are exponential moving averages, and we're at the 8-day pretty much everywhere right now, including the QQQ. So the next level is the 15-day, and the next level is right here, 537 on the QQQ. SMH, I have these levels. And by the way, do you guys remember that 265 level? You remember that 265 level? Well, guess what? If we break the 15-day, 265 is going to be the next support level. RSP, thank you, Jeff. I forgot about the RSP. RSP did make an all-time high yesterday, but again, we're already we're just going around the 8-day EMA right here. Right here. I think we're going to stick around between 186 and 182.63. Okay? Very, very, very important. All right. All right. Let me give you stocks that I'm looking at today, and I'll let you guys go from there. Yep, that's right. Positive insight, no respect. Oh, IWM. See, I knew I was forgetting something. Thank you. IWM. I like IWM. I think IWM may continue actually going higher. The resistance level for it, though, is right here. So you have a high volume bar right there. So you're right at resistance right now. You've got another resistance right here. So in this case, I think we're going to do the same thing. We're going to back away, come down to the 200-day moving average. But these are your resistance level, 230.38, 226.43, and the support is the 200-day moving average. This thing's a little different cat because it hasn't taken out the high. So I think it's going to kind of stick around this area right here, which is between 216 and 223. I don't think we're going higher because we got a couple of resistance areas above it. Okay? I don't like the 3-day EMA because it's way too noisy. I've never used the 3-day EMA because I like to stay in trades a little while longer. All right, now let me give you stocks I'm looking at. FNF to the downside. PGR to the downside. PEN to the downside. MOH to the downside. PBH to the downside. By the way, I don't like a lot of these stocks to the downside. CPB, I do like this one to the downside. Look how smooth it is. That's nice. That's nice. And CLBT, that's nice too. It's okay. But look how choppy this, that one's not choppy actually here. That one, look how choppy this is. Too choppy. You're not going to have a lot of follow through. Way too choppy. This one's not choppy. That one's okay. Let me just see something here. And this one again too, CPRT. I like this one a lot, CPRT. Okay? I really like this stock. All right, let me give you stocks to the long side. Dell, I would be very cautious to the upside today. Okay? Thank you, Bob. Thank you for being a great bean counter. Hood, FCX, although I'd be very careful with the long side today. Annette, it's going to be very easy to find good longs today because the market's going to be lower, so it'll be very easy to find longs if I choose to trade to the long side. Schwab, EL, Fast. First time I'm giving you this stock, right, guys? And W. Nice looking stock. How do I get the HV bars? I don't know what HV bars are. Sorry, Robert. I'm not sure I understand your question. All right. And the small stocks that I gave you were AVVE, goes above 420, and SGN. SGN has to go above 420 as well. Do I have any questions before I depart to parts unknown? Then let me give you again my VIP room link. And let me give you, how do I get the candlesticks? They're right here. These are HA reversals. You just put a HA here. I have the option of using HA candlesticks here. That's all. Every program has different. Oh, high volume bars. High volume bars. Here. Um, anytime volume is 25% the 50-day average, it highlights white. Okay. Anytime I get 25% more than the 50-day, if it's 25% more than the 50-day average volume for any stock. We want when the market's open, Spider Monkey. Those are high volume bars. Okay? Those are high volume bars. Meta, let's look at Meta. Meta's in the shitter right now. It's at the 8-day EMA and it's down a lot. And by the way, do you remember I showed you last week momentum levels? I told you yesterday, day before yesterday, I was in a class with Graham. Do you guys remember on Wednesday I was in a class with Graham and Nate, and they were really hot and heavy on Meta, and I said I wouldn't be buying Meta right now, and I explained to them why I wouldn't be buying Meta right now. I don't know if they listened to me or paid attention or if they listened to anything I say, but do you remember I showed you this graph and I showed you communication services and I showed you what they were doing? I probably can't even get it to work here right now because my thing is so slow. But the momentum levels were really high up. I showed you a 10-year chart. I even posted it on the Telegram channel. Oh, let's see if this works. Yep, here we go. Let's see. Monthly and 10 years. Nope, doesn't want to work. Oh, there we go. What a surprise. Okay, see, look. So let me show you this. Graham clean. Do you remember I showed you this graph on Wednesday? Does anybody remember me showing Graham and they were like, we really like Meta right now. We really like Meta. I'm like, well, that's great, but have you guys seen this? Does anybody remember that? Or, I mean, there was 900 people in that room. It was 3 days ago. And I said I wouldn't be buying Meta right now. Do you guys remember this or no? Does anybody remember this? Yes, no, maybe. I spent a good long time talking about it. Okay, Vano remembers it. Bob remembers it. Ellen remembers it. Penny remembers it. Victor remembers it. Piet DeBrog, Dave. It was just 3 days ago. I said, guys, in the last 10 years, we've been in I said Meta is the biggest stock in communication sector. And I said, look what the communication sector is doing. I said, why would you want to buy the biggest stock in the communication sector when the communication sector is at the highest level it's been in 10 years? Okay, all right. So I'm not the only one. Okay, I just want to make sure. I don't know if it gave them a pause, but I'm going to text them right now and show this to them. All right. Maybe they'll remember. All right. So that's what I was saying. Did exit Meta trade earlier yesterday. And then, I saw Graham going short yesterday and I was like, oh, why did he go short yesterday? So, I mean, you look, they're youngsters. I've been doing this for 31 years. Okay. All right. Does anybody have any questions? But great. Nate and Graham are great guys. I'm bringing this up because I brought this up last time when I was with them. This has nothing to do with them. They're awesome. I mean, I just wanted to context. This is when I brought it up. Yeah, I was promoting Trading Zone Live, and I showed you telecommunication stocks. And then I said to you, I even showed you. I said, look what the biggest telecommunication stock is. And then we went right here to constituents. Again, the only reason I'm bringing them up is because that's when I showed you. I showed Meta's the biggest stock, right? And Nate was telling me how Google, when you combine them, and I'm like, yeah, but Meta's the biggest stock. And then I said, if you look at, I said, I went right here. I mean, right here. And I showed them how here. Anyway, you guys all saw that graph that I just had on the chart. So remember when it's rubbed in. You remember better when it's rubbed in. I wasn't trying to rub anything in. I was just, they said Meta. They said they really like Meta. And I said, whoa, 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 guys, before you go looking at Meta, just understand that communication services, which is the biggest stock in Meta, again, I'm just kind of going through the thing, and this is exactly what I did. And you guys are more than welcome to watch the show if you want to. But I showed you how this is at the highest level it's been in 10 years, which right here. Here, let me let them know about it. Hold on. Let's see. All right. All right. All right, folks. I will see you guys later. Folks, how about four more thumbs up? Four more thumbs up. Four more thumbs up is all we need. And by the way, Meta is down $4 this morning, about 0.5%, which isn't all that much. So just to review, am I really bearish right now? No, I'm not really bearish, but I think we need to cool off a little bit. We need to cool off. It's Friday. Fridays, usually after 2 o'clock, we fizzle out. I want you guys to be very, very careful today. Have a great day, everybody. If you have any questions, please send me an email, roger@rogerscott.com. No customer service questions. I hope you have a blessed afternoon. Please wish me luck with my computer. I want nothing more than to get this thing back online. I'll see you guys later and have a fantastic day. Bye, everybody. Bye. Yay, we got over 300, Bob. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Bye. Remember, folks, it's Friday. Markets are wonky. We don't have anything supporting us from global economy, and we don't have any news as a catalyst. And I don't think Trump is going to be doing much talking today. Please be really, really, really cautious today.